Okay, chapter 16. Okay, an almost superpower is the title. Let me make sure we're all muted. Make sure your mic's muted. I think I've got everyone muted, but I can still hear sound for some reason. Okay, what is the make sure you're muted. There we go. Okay. What is the first phase of mitosis? A, anaphase, B, interphase, C, prophase, D, telophase, or E, I don't care at all phase?
I think it was a month or two ago. I think it was a month or two ago, but
Oh no, someone started talking and then I couldn't hear him. Okay, put it in the chat. Okay. Okay, so that last one wasn't on the worksheet, but if it was, I would have circled it. We had a substitute in science, and the hour was filled with silent worksheets. Painfully boring. Add that to the fact that I still had to wear the safety sunglasses, even indoors, because the light bothered me and we couldn't risk anything getting in my eye. Underneath those, I had on my old glasses with the right lens missing. And I was wearing my grandma's flannel shirt that I hoped no one could tell was a girl's shirt. And with a new pair of slip-on canvas shoes and elastic waistband jeans that my grandma bought for me so I wouldn't have to bend over. I'm sure I was looking pretty hot. What a way to come back to school. Mikkel was back too. I looked over at her. She was even prettier than the fuzzy version of her I could see before. She wore a blue and white striped shirt with a white hair tie holding up her dark hair. For a second, I could see something else. Her thick lashes were close together as her eyes seemed heavy and her dark eyebrows rested low. She moved slowly when she tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear. Was she okay? Maybe I could check on her after class, but I didn't think she would want me to talk to her where everyone could see. Was this thing kind of like a superpower? I could see wrinkles and smiles and sleepy eyes. It almost made it so I could see how people felt, or at least it gave me more clues. It was definitely more than I was used to. Mikkel looked up. I gave a sly wave. Hopefully it wasn't too obvious, just in case she was still trying to keep everything on the down low. She looked at me for a moment, probably surprised by my weird sunglasses or my outfit, or both. Then she did a quick check to see if anyone was watching and waved back. But there was something off about it. Her smile was tiny. No teeth. Maybe she was feeling sick or something. The sub finished up as the bell rang. I took longer than I really needed to gather myself so I could leave. Gather my stuff so I could leave. At the same time, Mikkel did. Maybe I shouldn't have. I mean, I did look like a total weirdo, but I hadn't seen her in a really long time. She was so slow. We were pretty much the last ones walking out of the room. Hey, I said, nodding and smiling. Hey, she said. She tried to grin, but didn't get very far. I knew that I didn't have much time to talk with her before we stepped out into the hall, and she wouldn't want to be seen with me. I haven't seen you in a while, I said. Have you seen much? She asked, pointing at my glasses. Her voice sounded a little flatter than normal. I got surgery on my eye, I said, pointing at it. I can see a lot better now. Really? That's cool, she said. I figured that there was some crazy reason that you were wearing sunglasses in class. She tapped the side of her head. I mean, it's quite the fashion statement. I nodded. You look great, I said, then almost immediately regretted it. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything awkward. I'm saying that I can see you better than before and you look good. Terrible. Anything I could say next wouldn't help. Oh my gosh. It's not like that. I mean, that it's good to see you and I like your shirt. I like your shirt and your hair. Oh, that fixes everything. I closed my mouth before I could say anything else. Thanks, she said. A hint of this smile was real. We were leaving the classroom, and I didn't quite know what to do next. Did she want me to pretend to know her? Did we split up here? We walked through the door, and she didn't seem to mind. Kapow! Oh, yeah! I was wearing crazy sunglasses and my grandma's shirt, and Mikkel was okay walking with me. We were definitely friends, at least a little bit. I wasn't just a challenge, right? So what about you? I asked. Why were you gone for so long? Almost immediately, she wiped her eyes. Oh no, wrong thing to ask. I'm sorry, I said. I didn't want to make you upset. I just don't know. I haven't seen you since the hike. It's not your fault, she said. She sniffled again and turned to the wall. She wasn't walking anymore. Do you want me to help you with another challenge? I asked. I was still kind of surprised that we were talking in public. She shook her head. I'm not doing those anymore. What? I asked. Why not? I had been online a few times looking at some of Danny's other videos. I didn't see any new ones, but there were plenty of old ones to do. It helped me pass the time while I was recovering, especially since I didn't want to draw. Maybe we could try the one. Danny died, she said, interrupting me. I froze. Once in a football game, I got knocked to the ground so hard I couldn't breathe. It was like all my air rushed out of me. Suddenly, I felt like that. I wanted to pause time, let the world slow, let my heart sag, feel heavy. The cheerful conversations around us seemed out of place. He wasn't doing well, she said, so I took a few days off of school to be with him, and then she sniffled. He left. She started walking again. I could only imagine what it must feel like to be Mikkel right now. No wonder she seemed different. What do you say to someone after their brother dies? Maybe if I had some time and I was writing a comic about it, I could come up with something perfect, the best thing to say. But in the moment, I had no idea. I wanted to go tell my grandma because she always made pies for people who were going through hard things. If I had a pie, maybe it would have been easier. I'm sorry, was all that came out. Mikkel, what are you doing with Squint? Gavin asked, coming up beside us. I mean, Mr. Sunglasses McCool. This timing couldn't have possibly been worse, and Travis was with him. I tried to think quickly. I could tell them that Mikkel was tutoring me again, but in the hallway? Would they go for that? But Mikkel didn't need teasing, not now. We're walking, she said before I could say anything. She didn't even seem worried or embarrassed, just emotionless. You still tutoring the pirate? Travis asked. Good. He remembered about the tutoring thing. Maybe that would help. Well, he used to be a pirate. Now Squint's Mr. Shades. I don't think he can decide what he is. Anger bubbled inside me. They had no class. If they thought something was funny, they just said it, no matter how much damage they caused. Leave us alone, I said. I never said stuff like that, but it just came out. Us? Gavin asked and raised his eyebrows. Mikkel, is there something you need to tell us? I had been teased by these guys for years, and I could take it pretty well. But when they were teasing Mikkel right after I found out her brother died, something inside of me burst. Lay off, I said. It's not like that. They stopped for a second and looked. Whoa, Travis said. Squint's getting mean. Some of the people passing slowed and watched us. Gavin and Travis had to know that Danny had died. They were Mikkel's friends. Get out of here, I said. Calm down, Gavin said. Just leave, I said, pointing down the hall. You can't command me, Cap'n, Travis said, using his pirate voice. You're not wearing your patch. It's all right, Mikkel said to me, and then she was too calm, not herself. Nah, Gavin said, we're out, and they left. Mikkel walked up to her locker, not seeming bothered by the whole thing, which was good, I guess. I glanced down the hall at the backs of Gavin and Travis. Don't they know? I asked Mikkel. Yeah, she said, they know. They're just dorks sometimes. She put her books in the locker. And you didn't make things better by yelling at them. Did I do something wrong? I've got to go, she said. See you later, Squint. And she left too. She didn't seem mad at me, but I still had no idea if we were actually friends. Did it matter? It wasn't like we would talk much anymore. She wasn't doing any more challenges, and I didn't want to draw. End of chapter 16. Chapter 17 is called From the Dead. All right.